No, we them folks, I show up and still the show every day like a vacation. Now, let me smoke, give me dope, bring your friends, where you been? Let me hit, I'ma send my information. Oh, here you go.
Yeah, there's kids around. Can't be cursing around like that.
Fuck a poofer less.
The kids probably cuss more than you.
Probably, but
We're about to throw that shit away. We're about to return it back to.
I know, right? We're just gonna post up with it. Bro, what if we come with the whole scenario about a fucking mobster like trapping in this apartment complex? Come to find out, it's fucking Devon's for real.
Bro, maybe Devon's. Sad Devon's the monster.
Yeah, this is fucking twist like shit.
Plot twist.
Plot twist.
Turn up the mic. Wait, what's going on? Oh, and the beating. Oh.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Let me know your levels.
Hey, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah?
Gucci, yeah.
Okay.
Bro, I think 4 bars. Or is that 8 bars?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 bars. Chorus.
Yeah. Okay, chorus first.
It really feels like 4, bro.
Yeah,
it might be 8,
4.
but
No, it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry.
Right? I'm like,
Yeah.
it feels like 4, dude. This is 8 bar, this is chorus. And then
Okay.
verse. And then
Okay.
chorus. Oh, I don't know if you know, we them folks, I show up and still the show every day like a vacation. Now, let me smoke, give me dope, bring your friends, where you been? Let me hit, I'ma send my information. Oh, here you go, why you tripping on my phone? Bought this bitch on Insta4, throw a new one in rotation. No, you a joke, I be soaked, I get dope, where your hands, you don't spin, you not in the conversation.
what's up, guys? I'm gonna run through you guys my vocal chain that I used on the track that we recorded for D'Angelo called Conversations. So we'll start off right here at the very beginning. There's a lot of reverb and a lot of delays. And on this track particularly, he really liked the hard tune. So the first part, I threw an RVox and we did a sufficient compression. Already I'm running the vocal line or the microphone through a compressor and a preamp, so I run it through the preamp first. I give a little bit of boost and then I route that to a real hardware compressor, and I do about 3 to 6 decibels average. After it comes into the computer, I use the RVox and I cut off a little bit more. So an average of 6, another there. Then I cut it back 2. I give it 2 more decibels. So it's a little bit off tops. I like the RVox because it has a lot of saturation and a little makes the low end a little thick, more clear. Next plugin I use is the EQ. I cut off a lot of low end on the RE6. D'Angelo comes in with a really low, deep voice. So for him, I do extra cutting. I did an excessive amount actually right here. I cut it down to probably -6. No, where's my -10? Around the 500 area. So it gives it like a thin vocal, but I just do it off top. So I clean up a lot, and at the same time I also do a little bit of boosting. I boost it around 1200 hertz or 12,000, and I boost it at 5 decibels. Gives it like a tight high end. Next plugin I used was a de-esser, just to make sure it's not too strong on the S's after I boosted the highs. So you can treat this earlier, but the way I did it for the session is just it came right after the EQ. After that, I ran it to a sub bus for the vocal, which has a multi-band compressor, and I do more cutting on the low end. And right here, I'm doing a little bit of de-essing as well, like taming those highs still. So whatever didn't get past the first one, I trying to catch on the second half, the second wave. So this is all like I do a little bit of cleaning, corrective EQ, and at the same time I do the creative EQ. So people like to start off with the corrective EQ before they get to creative. I kind of like to mix it, just go with the flow. So that's just how the session fell into place. The same thing with the verses. Same thing, I write it straight down. And that's pretty much the vocal chain I use for this track. Pretty much run everything down into like in one more sub where I have just kind of tame and get ready for like the final mix. I like to just do like another one. On this one I had another compressor, kind of like, this is where I do really light. And I like this compressor. This is more of a creative slash, yeah, it's more creative supposedly. I cut 2 to 3 decibels and then I boost it back up. So I just really like what this introduces. The harmonics on this compressor is just what's super sick. And again, I do a little bit more corrective just to make sure the vocals just really like tamed. And then I like to cut off a lot low end right here. So then I let the bass and the rest of the instrumental take over, and that's pretty much my whole chain.
I've been by my lonely, I've been dodging the police. All this camo on me's trying to be all I can be. I got